Hello there. Right now, one of the biggest events of summer is taking place in St. Louis, where Grandmaster Rapid Blitz took place and has recently finished, and later there will be Sinquefield Cup Classical Chess. Many top Grandmasters were playing in the Rapid and Blitz section, such as Hikaru Nakamura, Fabiano Caruana, Alireza Firouzja, Praggnanandhaa, Maxime Vachier-Lagrave, and many others. Really strong participants. And in this video, I'm gonna show you top 10 best moves that I think were made during this tournament, because if I did a topic about mistakes, there would be too many of them, because it's rapid blitz, too fast controls, many mistakes were made. But what about the strongest plays by grandmasters? And there will be both tactical as well as strategical good decisions. Ready? Let's go. And on the 10th place, we have again game between Levon Aronian and Fabiano Caruana. It was a rapid game. Right here, as we can see, white has an extra pawn, but it's not that easy to convert this advantage. Black wants ideally to play f5, trying to stop the control of the bishop right here so that the king could lift up. And with one pawn in such endgame, it's pretty hard to win. And plus, black needs a couple more moves. But what Levon Aronian came up with in this position is really simple and great. You can stop the video and figure out on your own what tactical wrestlers did he find, but it is rook c8 check. And try now, you can ask, okay, why did he give up the rook? Because it's not a mate, knight can take it. And that's true. And if we take with the bishop, most likely we'll lose without an exchange. But here the brilliant move d7 comes, and it's a fork on the king and on the knight, and after king moves somewhere there is a dc. So such a smart decision against the Caruana, who was already in the time trouble. Let's go next. And on the place number 9, we have a game between Wesley So and Levon Aronian. And the point is that right here white is up in exchange, but it's not so easy to win it because this bishop is guarding everything. Plus, if the king comes to g2, it would be really hard to push these pawns. Because if after king g2 white plays h4, this pawn can go down and we can promote our pawn on the f file. So it's a pretty sharp position. And right here, Wesley So played pretty simple. He decided, why should I wait? He played rook f4, king g2, and played h4. And right now, I mean, it's pretty well expected. King g3, it's a fork on the rook and on the pawn. If our rook moves away, f4, and in trouble. And what Wesley did, he just said, I don't care, and played h5. Because after h5 move right now, it seems like the rook is lost, and it's true. I mean, it's a fact. But after h6, the bishop doesn't have X-ray vision like a Superman to stop the pawn, and h7 is inevitable. And the game continued. Aronian tried to do his best, but with an extra queen, such experienced grandmasters Wesley So definitely can win. So a really brilliant solution in such a bit complicated position, especially in the mutual time trouble. Top number 8, we have again Wesley So, but this time against Alireza Firouzja, who won this tournament, who's probably trying to climb back after several not the best tournaments, including Candidates 2024, and we have videos about it, so you can see somewhere up on the screen. In this position, there was some Italian game, and seems like, not boring position, but some stuff is going on right here. Black has a hole on f5, a lot of strategical decisions comes to mind, like maybe fight for the center, create pressure on this diagonal, on these pawns, maybe try to capitalize on this weakness on f5. But Alireza saw differently. He noticed too many pieces are looking straight at these two pawns, so we need to blow it up. Not like that. And he played knight d6 in this position, and after sacrificing the knight, obviously, queen d6, bishop e5. So far so good. We sacrificed the piece for two pawns, which is not sufficient, but here comes a quite attacking move, bishop b3, after which queen has to move because it's under attack, or I mean, black can try to defend with the knight, which looks a bit miserable. But I mean, what to do after knight d5? One pawn was won back, but it gave enough boost for Firouzja to win this game. Really good tactics right here. On the 7th place, we have a game between Maxime Vachier-Lagrave versus Nodirbek Abdusattorov. Right here, it was a really messy position, complicated stuff was going on. Both players were playing for a win. And right here, against the attack, Maxime took a pawn on h3. Everything seems defendable because one rook defends another. Yeah, there is a pin, there is a knight, but nothing complicated. But actually, Nodirbek proved everyone wrong because in this position he spotted a brilliant move, Queen d3. Of course, in some puzzlerussianchess.com it's easy to find this move, but not in the real Blitz game. And the point is that right now the rook is pinned. Rook cannot take right here because king is in danger. Therefore, Queen d3 is one of the most reasonable options. After rook h3, still not that easy to figure out what is going on. Queen h3. But here comes the knight, because after knight f2, it's a fork on the king and on the queen, which allows us to have a material advantage, because after king g1, knight h3, gh, MVL resigned, because this pawn is not enough, and black has material edge. Pretty perfect tactical skills from Uzbekistan Grandmaster. Top 6, we have again Maxime Vachier-Lagrave playing black pieces. And again, he's the one who is being beaten in this example. He's playing against young Indian Grandmaster Praggnanandhaa. And right here he played knight c4. No, it's not a blunder. Bishop, of course, can take, but then it would be a fork on the pawn and on the rook, not even mentioning that rook d1 will be a mating threat. Praggnanandhaa thought for a little bit. It was a rapid game, and he found a brilliant solution. I mean, we pretty tied up. King is in the center, bishop is not moving, and this bishop is extremely annoying. We, let's say, cannot take the knight because we get mated. But taking knight e5 maybe will not be that great. It will be some endgame. So he played knight g5, and this is the first example where we talk about the strategy, because knight g5 move removes all the pressure that black has and also creates pressure on Maxime because he attacks pawns on f7 and on h7. And h7 pawn is very problematic because rook kinda stuck and this pawn cannot move forward compared to f pawn. And then after bishop e2, king e2, knight should have moved to like d6 where he defends this pawn, and Praggnanandhaa just got better position and managed to convert it because a lot of pressure, and this knight is a superstar. It's pretty hard to remove him. Rook d5 is a threat, so really awesome strategic positional move. On the 5th place, who could have thought, but we again have Maxime, and again he's been beaten by Aronian. Actually, this game probably ended in a draw, I don't remember precisely, but still, Levon showed great attacking performance. He started with a simple move, queen g4. Of course, not f5 is our option because there will be the mate, as well as bishop e4 not working. First of all, rook is hanging, secondly, pawn attacked, so even if the queen wasn't there, it would be still great. Maxime defends queen d7. He goes right under the tempo with rook fd1. So far, nothing terrible. Yeah, we down a pawn as black. But here comes rook d8, bishop d8, knight d6, another aggressive move. And this was like all leading to one moment because after queen d7, Levon calculated here everything, and here comes rook c6. Really good tactical example from the distance because after queen c6 we have queen e6 check, and yeah, check, nothing scary. Why should we be afraid? But after king h8, here comes knight f7, and it's a check, and the queen is hanging, and if let's say king moves, you can even deliver small sword mates, which is always fun, and that's how Levon got a decent advantage. And top number 4, one step away from being in top 3 by being bronze medalist right here, we have again Pragg. which played a few good games in these tournaments. Jan Nepomniachtchi, his rival right here, played rook c5, just stepped back before he supported the king with the queen so that the rook could easily move and the queen is not blundered. So what could go wrong? And here Jan in the Grandmasters again proves his skills and he plays knight h5, which is a brilliant move because he capitalizes on both of the pins. Right now black totally tied up, and after, let's say, queen b1 move, we got rook g7 intermediate check, which gives us an extra piece and winning position. Do we have something else? Maybe we do, like let's say we play rook g8 and stuff, but here we have a very cute move, knight f6, and then again this pins tortures Nepomniachtchi because he cannot take with one of these pieces, and perfect win from Pragg. And bronze medalist, we have Hikaru Nakamura. Probably he wasn't in the top yet, so right in the top 3 spot he comes. Another game against Nepomniachtchi, and right here position seems pretty dry. Many of you would say that it's probably a draw, but Nakamura has initiative because he controls an open file. So he comes up with a really cool move, rook d5. What's so cool about it, you might ask? And the fact that after b6, which is the most natural move to defend the pawn, we have a double attack on the knight and on the pawn. Therefore, it's a really tough challenge for Jan. He needs to do something with this pawn. He plays rook e8, trying to counterattack, trying to say, okay, you'll win my pawn, I will win all of your pawns. Of course, Hikaru doesn't want to give up anything. He plays knight d2, defending this pawn pretty easily. Here Jan plays c4 because we remember that b6 is not working, and after knight c4, there is supposedly rook e4 move, but there is a knight d6. But I guess, yeah, it's like after knight c4 there would be some other problems. So in the game, what happened is rook d6, attacking the pawn over there, trying to target another weakness, trying to make it even more smooth, because if rook goes here, we don't even need to calculate anything. f5, and only right now comes knight c4, which is a really cool move, because it doesn't matter, it's fe or rook e4. That's all the moves I was showing you to explain how great Nakamura's tactical skills are. Here he plays rook c6, bc, knight d6, king d7, wins back an exchange, and it seems like material is equal. But actually, Jan is cooked, because after playing these moves, this situation calls like mind squares, I mean the skins, because it's a mutual Zugzwang, and the problem is that probably Hikaru will promote way faster because he has a majority on the queen side, and it will be a great outside passed pawn. So what happened? The game moved on. Jan went for complications, but Hikaru promoted just first, and the game was over. Really great example of how to pressure your opponent, how to force him to make mistakes, how from the little weakness we can get a winning position. Top number 2. We again have Jan, probably 3 in a row, against Uzbek Grandmaster Nodirbek Abdusattorov. And right here, position was pretty interesting. Jan played the line for white that is not the greatest. I always enjoy playing it as black, which Abdusattorov kind of proved. And here he played knight g4. So far, nothing outstanding. Okay, he attacks f2, pretty obvious. Jan reflects it with knight e4, and then Jan decides, okay, knight, please go away from here. I don't want to see you because you're pressuring me. And what Nodirbek decided, okay, why should I go back? Because if I have an opportunity to blow up the position of our opponent, of his opponent, or try to find some attacking move, why not? And he played knight e3, which is really awesome move, and it really comes unexpected, because after knight e3 we attack here and there, and for example, after capturing like that, we got knight e3 with an outstanding discovered attack with many threats all together, and that's probably why Jan didn't go for this position, because it's really hard to perform right here. He managed to play knight g5, trying to threaten mate on h7, then took on b7, but yeah, and Nodirbek got extra exchange and won the game. So really great tactical vision again. And on the first spot, we have Hikaru Nakamura, but this time he was defeated by Wesley So, and Wesley actually played a great tournament, got a lot of wins in the Blitz. There will be like classical event. I'm pretty sure there will be lots of draws. And in Rapid and Blitz, he gave himself a freedom to play more aggressively. And right here, we have an endgame. Seems like Black has an isolated pawn, plus there is an multiple outposts for knights, and the king is about to enter the center. So it looks like actually white has chances to win the game. But what matters the most is not an isolated pawn or something else, it's the placement of the king. Because when you have some endgame, king is one of the main characters there. You can win a lot of games by just having active king. And right here comes d4. With this move, Wesley So get rid of not only the pawn weakness, but also he opens the road for his king in, and that's a really great idea because let's say after knight d4, bishop d4, pawn takes, king here, king is in time to pick up everything. If pawn takes, it doesn't go easy for Hikaru because again both of the pawns will fall. He probably chose the lesser evil, try to centralize the king, but yeah, it didn't help against Wesley. Why king didn't go to d3, let's say, because there is a second weakness with all the pawns on the dark squares, and after king c4 with an extra pawn, Wesley managed to win. So this is it for today. What do you think about the top? What was the most memorable moment of the tournament for you as well? Who did you cheer up in this tournament? Who do you think will win Sinful Cup, which will start in 2 days or something? Please as well like and subscribe if you like the video. If you write the comments, it would be even better. And see you in next episodes. Bye.